Armando Baker here.
It's Luke May.
This is Tyler Hansbrough.
University of North Carolina.
Here's North Carolina.
I just want to shout out my boy JBear_YT.
JBear_YT.
It's Carolina family, baby.
Go Heels.
Go Heels.
What is up, boys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're doing another 2022 NFL mock draft. In today's mock draft, we're on PFF, and we're going to be doing a mock draft with trades. That is why I'm on this website, because you can do trades for free. I always love to do that. So let's get right into it. This is mock 3.0 of the season, so let's get right into this. Starting with the Jacksonville Jaguars, who I'm still convinced will go with my top-ranked prospect, and that's Evan Neal, tackle out of Alabama. I think he is just barely the best overall player in this draft. I think he'll go #1 overall. Because obviously protecting Trevor Lawrence, your #1 overall pick from last year, is the most important thing for this football team right now. Number 2, we have Aiden Hutchinson. I'm going to go with him to the Detroit Lions at this pick right there. There's been talk about them looking into Kyle Hamilton, but at 2, I'm not sure that you're drafting a safety there. If someone wanted to trade to 2 for whatever reason, then that would make sense, but I don't see that honestly. So right here, we have the Texans at 3, who just need talent on their roster. I love Kyle Hamilton and Kayvon Thibodeaux. Right now, I will go with Kayvon Thibodeaux, mainly because of the positional value there. So yeah, I'll go Kayvon Thibodeaux 3rd overall. Jets at 4. I like O-line at the spot. Derek Stingley, without the injury concerns, you might take with this spot as well, but I like him more in the 6 to 10 range of this draft. So with this 4th overall pick, I'm going with my 2nd ranked tackle, and that is going to be Wanu out of NC State there. Number 5, we have the New York Giants, who with the top 2 tackles off the board, who knows, they may be looking to trade out of this spot. Since they don't want to get a quarterback, maybe some quarterback-hungry team is looking for Malik Willis this high, which I wouldn't be doing. I'd be looking for Sam Howell, personally. But at number 5, I'm going to go with Charles Cross, who I do believe is a top 10 prospect. I don't know that he's the type prospect that Ike Ekwonu and Evan Neal are, but I still think he's that type of guy, and a really strong tackle class are getting one of the best there. Number 6, we have the Carolina Panthers, who really need to trade back, but it's hard for me to think that they're going to be able to. With the guys that are on the board, I could see someone trading up for a guy like Kyle Hamilton, or maybe looking for Malik Willis this high, but I don't know, man. I really don't. So I think I am going to have the Panthers just sticking here in this mock draft. But obviously, I am a Panthers fan. I would love for them to be able to trade out of the spot. But since they can't, I'm going to go with my top-ranked quarterback, and that's Sam Howell. I'm glad to see that PFF agreed to me as Sam Howell is the top-ranked guy. So I'll go with him there. Number 7, we have the New York Giants, who I wouldn't mind going safety here. Kyle Hamilton's extreme value at the spot. But also Tyler Linderbaum, best interior player in this draft. He also would not be a terrible selection at all. I actually like that quite a bit there. I feel like I'll go Tyler Linderbaum, strengthen up that O-line even further, give Daniel Jones no excuses next year, because he's got some decent wide receivers out there as well, and if you draft these 2 guys, you got a solid O-line, hopefully, for the future. Number 8, I have the Atlanta Falcons. They're going to go secondary, in my opinion, here. They could go edge, just a really good and deep edge rusher class. I think the depth of this O-line class is D-line class is going to keep them from going with it in the 1st round. So right here, I'll take the upside of Derek Stingley and have him going here at 8 to the Falcons. Number 9, we have the Denver Broncos, who really need to go quarterback. And I could see this pick right here being traded for a player like Aaron Rodgers, which is actually what I'm going to do here. I'm going to have this pick right here being traded to... Where are they at? Tampa Bay. And not Tampa Bay, goodness. The Green Bay Packers. And just imagine that this is the Aaron Rodgers trade. Just imagine it. So I'm just going to make the trade go through. I can just force it. So more than likely, we'll just say that this 9th overall pick alone gives them, actually, excuse me, we'll say this 28th pick would be like Aaron Rodgers, and we'll see what else they can get here. So we'll go with probably this all day 2 picks as well, and a future first and second. But we're just going to force that to go through. It doesn't necessarily matter. But with this pick, we have the Green Bay Packers at number 9. And I'm sure they'd like to help out their quarterback of the future, quote unquote, in Jordan Love. So I'd like to go wide receiver or offensive line here with the top 4, I should say, offensive linemen all off the board. I'm going to go wide receiver. And I'm going to say they bet on some severe, extreme upside here. I'm going to go Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks is a possible DK Metcalf, Deebo Samuel type extreme athlete at the wide receiver position. And if he fulfills his potential, he's going to be a top 5 wide receiver in the NFL, in my opinion. He's that type of good. He's got that type of potential, I should say. Number 10, we have the New York Jets, who I think will go with the best player available, and that's Kyle Hamilton. He can't fall much further there, so I like that selection. Number 11, we have the Washington football team. I think we'll go with the next ranked quarterback in this class. And for me, right now, I'm kind of up in the air. I know I have Sam Howell at 1, but Malik Willis, Carson Strong, if the injury concerns weren't there, you could throw him in. I've liked Matt Corral a little bit for a while, but I think I will go Malik Willis here. The pure upside is insane. I don't know if he's ready to start right away per se, but if he can fill that potential, he's going to be a really good player. Number 12, we have the Vikings, who really need cornerback, so I'm going to go Ahmad Gardner out of Cincinnati here. Number 13, we have the Cleveland Browns, and it seems like everyone's been mocking this, but it just makes so much sense for them to let go with it. So I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson out of Ohio State. Everyone in the world is mocking this. It just makes too much sense. Give Baker another weapon and give him no excuses going into his, I believe, 5th-year option this year. Number 14, we have the Baltimore Ravens, who, oh man, I feel like this is, I'm taking so much inspiration here from all the draft analysts I watch. I'm gonna go David Ajabo, going from Michigan in John Harbaugh to Jim Harbaugh at Baltimore. I like that fit. He can put in a good word for him and really get that trade done. I like that a lot. Although I do maybe have George Karlaftis slightly higher, although he doesn't have quite the upside that Ajabo has. Number 15, we have the Philadelphia Eagles, who have 3 picks in the first round. With this first pick, I know they're tired of going wide receiver, so I'm not going to go with the wide receiver for their first pick, but I will go with it at some point. I'm going to go with the best player available, and that's going to be George Karlaftis out of Purdue there. I wouldn't be opposed for them to go quarterback at some point. I'm not going to, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. So with this next pick, I'm going to go linebacker Devin Lloyd, and maybe look for a wide receiver at 19. But here at 17, we have the Chargers. Jordan Davis makes a lot of sense, but I gotta be honest. Jordan Davis is slightly falling off my board, like falling down my board, I should say. He's probably in that near 20 range as my overall prospect rankings. I'm starting to think Devontae Wyatt. He's got the better pass rushing upside. I think there's no doubt about that, but he's not the run blocker that Jordan Davis is quite yet. But I don't know, man. I like Devontae Wyatt a lot. So I won't go Jordan Davis here. Instead, I'm going to go... man, the D-line is so bad, though. The run defense is pretty darn terrible. But I'm going to give another weapon to Justin Herbert and give him a wide receiver, a guy who can go up and get it, kind of like Mike Williams. I'm going to go Drake London out of USC. 18, we have the New Orleans Saints, who I am starting to lean more on going quarterback here, since they are really going to struggle to pay a whole bunch of guys. They could really use a good rookie quarterback that they might want to go with here. So it's tough, man. Kenny Pickett. I'm really starting to lose things on Kenny Pickett. You know, the hand size he looked like he might have had the weakest arm at the Senior Bowl. So I don't know if I can do that. Carson Strong with the injury issues, I don't know if I can go with him in the first round either at this point. I'm going to go Matt Corral. I don't feel great about that selection, but obviously he's got the upside. If he can learn and get into a simplistic enough offense right away, I think he could be pretty good. Number 19, we have the Eagles. I was talking about them going wide receiver earlier, and we got some really good options on the board still. Jameson Williams, Chris Olave, and Jahan Dotson all being available. So with the ACL injury, it does make me somewhat try to resist Jameson Williams here. But honestly, there are better cornerbacks available that I've kind of been looking past to this point. My third-ranked corner is available, and that's Andrew Booth. So I'm actually going to go with him here at this spot and have him there to the Eagles. Number 20, we have the Steelers, who at this point with quarterbacks, they could take a guy like Desmond Ritter or a Kenny Pickett or a Carson Strong. It wouldn't necessarily be a terrible selection, but I think there are better, more necessary places they need to go with this selection. And I like Kenyon Green a lot, so I think I'm going to have him going here. He'd be my next offensive lineman that would I would take off the board. And he can play pretty much any position on the O-line for you. Number 21, we have, the New England Patriots. I'll go wide receiver here. Give Mac Jones another weapon. I'm going to go... do I go Jameson Williams? No. I'll go Chris Olave just because of the ACL stuff. I know ACL's much easier to come back nowadays, but Chris Olave kind of is an overlooked prospect. I'll give him some love right there. Number 22, Raiders on the clock. I'm going to go Jordan Davis. I'll say he stops, falling, quote unquote. Where is he? Hello, Jordan? There he is. Okay, Jordan Davis. Number 23, we have the Cardinals. I want to go corner here. Trent McDuffie's available. They got a really strong Washington level safe secondary in Arizona. Might as well add to it. I'll go Trent McDuffie. 24, we have the Dallas Cowboys. I'd like to go with defensive line here, so that's what we got at edge and defensive line. Arnold Ebiketie, Wyatt. Jermaine Johnson's the guy who's really helped himself, so I'll go with him here. Really helped himself in the Senior Bowl, can step in right away and give you really good production, so I'll go with him at 24. 25, we have the Buffalo Bills on the clock. And with this selection, definitely not going to go going wide receiver. I could see them going with a guy like Bernhard Raymond just to increase the offensive line strengths, put him at guard immediately, and maybe put him at tackle eventually. And honestly, I think that might be what I am going to do. Yeah, I like that. I do. I want to go with that. 26, we have the Tennessee Titans. Ooh, goodness. What was that? I'm going to go linebacker here. I'm going to go Nakobe Dean out of Georgia. 27, Tom Brady's gone. Quarterback could be tempting with these type guys on the board, but I'm actually not going to go with it. I say they either bring in a veteran or they give Kyle Trask, who they drafted in the second round last year, a chance. So I'm going to go wide receiver. Jameson Williams is still available. I'll go with him. Cornerback also wouldn't be a terrible selection. 28, we have the Broncos, who in this situation, I do think have what am I saying? Do have Aaron Rodgers. So with that said, I think they could go with a edge rusher or a linebacker at the spot. With the two top linebackers off, they probably go edge. DeMarvin Leal, he's such a interesting prospect. I don't know what to think about him anymore, honestly. Arnold Ebiketie is really good. Drake Jackson's got some extreme upside. But I'll go Arnold Ebiketie there. Got an extremely good motor. 29, we have the Baltimore. What in the world? Baltimore. With the Miami Dolphins is what I'm trying to say. My goodness. I like to go wide receiver, but the top guy, the first round quality guys, I think are all off for me. Jahan Dotson's more of a second rounder in my opinion. So with honestly what they had, they got a decent team in most areas. Oh man, this is tough, man. Because I really want to go with a wide receiver, but there's just not much available. I'm going Zion Johnson here. That O-line does need improving. I'll go Zion Johnson. Anyways, number 30, we have the Kansas City Chiefs on the clock. I'm going to go secondary. We got Kyler Elam, Roger McCreary, both available. With the Senior Bowl news that Roger McCreary is not as lengthy as we had originally thought, I'll go Kyler Elam there. Out of Florida. Bengals really need offensive line, but what honestly is available here? Trevor Penning's available. You can stick him at guard, and hopefully he'll eventually be a tackle. So I think I will go with that. He is a penalty machine, though. And with the final pick in this mock draft, we have the Lions at 32. And with this selection, I kind of want to go quarterback, just because they can go with the option. You get the fifth year option, I should say, at the end. And because I don't believe necessarily that Jared Goff is your guy. So I'll go Desmond Ritter here. I think he helped his stock in the Senior Bowl and actually looked pretty good in the Alabama game, which a lot of people didn't think he looked good. I thought he looked good. He just had a lot of balls batted down, and his team overall was just outmatched. But anyways, this is the first round mock. I love how PFF does their post-selection thing. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about this mock. Please like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do all that YouTube stuff, and I will see you guys in the next one.